Turn up to this one, Worcester Bosch 30SI. The previous engineer serviced the boiler and said it needed a new PRV, but he didn't want to come back, so I turned up with a PRV. Pressure's sitting at half a bar, but PRV wasn't dripping outside. Open the drain off and there's hardly any pressure there, but it's still saying half a bar, so I'm saying that it's probably the pressure gauge that's blocked. And as people have tried to fill it, it's been discharging outside. So we'll just drain what's in the boiler and have a closer look. Yeah, that gauge should be sat on 0 by now. To fully drain the boiler completely, just remove the diverter valve motor and move down to mid position. That opens all the circuits up. So now we're 150% sure it's the pressure gauge that's gone. Spray a bit of lube. Pull the pin out. Get some grips. Don't be shy, give it a wiggle. You can already see in there where it's blocked. So just pop the new one in. That's all done. I'm going to fill it back up. Also, I did pump the vessel up as well while it was all drained. No one would benefit from watching me pump up a vessel for a couple of minutes, so I didn't add that to the video. Right, pressure's up at 1.5 bar. Go outside and have a look at the PRV. Bone dry. Unfortunately, the weather isn't. So after changing the parts, we had the combustion case off, so we do a visual inspection and we do our 26.9s. But I decided to have a really close look at this, considering it was only serviced 2 weeks ago. And I spotted the gas tube completely split, which is shocking. So for the last few services, I bet it was struggling to achieve max. Normally when the gas tube split, you struggle to achieve CO2 on the max rate because you're not getting enough gas through. So naturally you keep adjusting the gas valve. So when I swap this and put the new one in, I bet the CO2s will be well out. So we'll disconnect the fan with some grips, save pulling on the cables. Pull the pin out. $13mm Wearer ratchet to undo the nut at the top. So this is one of my top tips. I undo that, twist it round and then lock it on and tighten it back up. And that keeps that stability bracket stable when you swing the banana and the combustion out. And then it also makes it easier to get the electrodes and the flame rectification cable off. I was able to do this with one hand because of doing that little trick. And now with that out, we can see how easily and how much it's split. So that's a new fear unlocked. And now keeping that nut locked on, you'll see how easy it is to wiggle these off because it's still clamped down. And once they're off, I undo that and pull it out of the way. Those electrodes and gasket have seen better days, I know. Something else that's split. So just whip the burner out, look at the condition of that and take the baffles out as well. It all looks pretty good, to be fair. Here's the new gas tube, so the new ones aren't ribbed. There's a part number for anybody that needs it. I always change the electrodes as well. It's good practice, in my opinion, of course. There's a part number for that again for anybody that needs it. So in the pack you'll get 2 clips, a new gas rubber ring, get the rubber ring swapped over, put a little bit of lube on that as well. These can be a bit tricky to get undone, especially one-handed. So you just disconnect the clips and then basically pull that off. Such bad condition. We get that gone. Straight in the bin. So with the new one, you'll have an arrow. You can see an arrow on that piece. On there you've got a circle, and then you've got an arrow on the other side. So you just match up the arrow to the arrow, the circle to the circle. But make sure you put the clip on first, otherwise you won't get it on. Again, it's tricky with one hand, so you just basically pop that on there, line it up like that, and just click it together. Don't go mad. I literally do it finger tight, and then with some grips just give it a pinch. And then those of you at the front of the class will guess, circle to the circle, you'll find the circle on there. It's that little symbol there. Just match them up together and clip it together. Again, it's quite hard to do it one-handed, and don't lube it up either. With the electrodes, if you haven't changed a pair of these before, again, this was difficult one-handed, so just slide that on there like that, and then this metal clip goes on just like this, and then it holds the red gasket in place. Not that way around, obviously having an off day. Put it around there and then just push it down, and that's how it should look. And then put everything back in reverse order. So when I put it back together, I clamp that down again and do that in reverse order too, and it just keeps everything stable and a bit easier to work with. Push that in, click that in, pop the pin in, connect the earth, connect the power to the fan. Tighten the clamp up at the top with a 13mm ratchet spanner. As I was pushing that in, you can see there that tube sticking out, so the fan pressure test point goes there, which broke off, but obviously I've got it as a van spare, so I'll go and put the new one in, just so the gas police can see that I've done it. There it is. So just before my 26.9s, going to check the gasket with that one, then we're going to pop that in. So we're looking for 8.8 on min, 9.8 on max. As I said before, I bet it's been adjusted over the years, so it'll go way above what it should be. Yeah, there we go. 10.2 on minimum. It needs to come right back down to 8.8. So we give that a bit of an adjust. It leveled out at 10.5, that's incredible. So we'll give it quite a bit of adjustment. There we go, bringing it right back down to 8.8 where it should be. Once you're happy with min, whack it in max, twist to the 2.5 Allen key, pop that there ready to adjust, because I guarantee that'll go sky high as well. I've got my gauge on as well to do the inlet working pressure. It's all about using your time efficiently. but you can already see how much the CO is jumping up. That's incredible. That's going to go way off the scale, so I'm going to pull the analyzer out before it starts beeping and getting on my nerves. And then you can adjust it right back down, then put the probe back in. Managed to get it back down to 9.8, then check minimum again. So what turned out to be a PRV change we didn't even change, but we got there in the end. Happy days.